Hello my little Charlatteers, welcome to a brand new video on this channel. I'm actually about 3 or 4 days away from my 6-month mark on HRT, so I'm going to leave a video for that one. But for now, we're going to make a video on how we're doing right now. Yeah, last video I made a video on how I'm going to go for my laser hair removal on Thursday. It's my first session. For anybody that has any questions on laser hair removal, please let me know in the comment section below because I can help you guys out. I can see if I can help you guys map out places, depending on where you live anyways. A lot of my journey has been kind of like escalating a little higher. It's a little bit easier for me. And I think this is where I want to help out a lot of other trans people, is because a lot of people find it at the beginning of their transition very, very hard to really work their ways up or ever see themselves in the position that they are. You know, it's like a job. When you first go to a job, you're kind of like nervous around everyone. You don't know how you're gonna get along with anybody. And then before you know it, you're like your best friends with like 5 other people. You're joking around with them, whatever. And I've noticed that a lot about my transition. A lot of people just need to get very, very comfortable with their transition and very comfortable with who they are as a person in general. A lot of people are always questioning, and I did it too, and I still do it to this day. I'm not saying I'm perfect. There are a lot of people that need to really learn their position and kind of stand up for themselves when it comes to being, you know, a woman or a man, whatever you're going for, even if you're non-binary. I find it hard because at first, you know, it was very hard for me, like for the bathroom situation. I could not go into the girls' bathroom. For me, it's like very hard. And before you know it, now it's like kind of like instinct. I get out and I go to the girls' restroom in public all the time, so it's not really a big problem in my opinion anymore. And I don't know where the turning point to that was, because I had a lot of situations, even if when I did go to the girls' restrooms a couple of times, I was still kind of nervous about it. I was, and I guess all my trans sisters can literally say the same thing, that it was always like, you probably look like a weirdo standing right in front of the girls' restroom wondering if you should go in or you should not, you know. And obviously, my first choice is not to go to the men's restroom because, yeah, that would be very, very awkward. Very awkward indeed. But I haven't been told anything by anybody, and I'm very happy for that reason. In fact, I've been treated much like a girl everywhere I go. And it's really, really makes a big difference on how much your environment really is supportive of you and really does give you that structure that you really want to live off of. Because a lot of people live in a support structure that is very bad and very horrible, and they'll stick in the positions where they're not accepted and people will bully them and all that stuff. It's very hard because of a lot of the trans community is based off of whether you pass or you don't pass. And a lot of people that don't really pass to the system are usually the ones that are outed, the ones that have the much hard problems in life, because it's very hard. And at first, you know, to me it was the same way, you know. It felt awkward for me to see a guy that was straight up hairy, big, huge, you know, chested, wearing a girl's wig, and it was very hard for me to figure that, to like really kind of accept it when I was younger. And I just kind of got like used to it later on. But it's very hard because you find yourself in different perspectives as a transgender person based off of how you felt and how you experienced it. Like for instance, for me, I'm not completely passable, but I am like 80%, I guess you can say. Don't quote me on that. That's how I feel. That's my everyday experience on being trans. I've gotten questioned here and there, but lately it's been like everybody recognizes me as a girl, even whether they don't know me or not. But I can't really sit there and speak out for people that are literally 30% passing or 50% passing, because it's very, very hard for you to really you know, relate to them, because your life is a lot different. It's a lot different when you're hardly passing as to when you are passing. Now there's a difference between my struggles and their struggles, but my struggles are more deeper. Like let's say I got into a relationship, let's say some guy liked me. Now I have to still deal with the whole fact that, oh yeah, I still have like a penis and I still whatever, you know. So it's still kind of like I still have to come out to people. No matter how good of a woman you look, you still have to come out to them, because between your legs or your life in general, and I'm talking about people that you get into relationships personally, whether it's friendship or an actual relationship, you're gonna have to come out to them somehow or another. And it depends, you know, if they don't accept you, then leave them. That's literally how I see it. But I find it to be really hard. A lot of people that are not passable tend to have a lot more problems, and a lot of people stare at them. It's like walking around with one arm. People are always looking at you to make like that person has one arm, you know, like they're always talking about it. I can't speak for anything that happens to me. I really don't. Like, I don't ever hear anything about me by people in public, so I can't really say, oh, well, nobody talks about me, or everybody talks about me. You know, to me, in general, the way I see it is I haven't heard about myself, so I'm happy. That's okay. No, but sometimes, and to be trans, if you want to be out good out in public, you just want to keep walking forward with your head standing up, smiling, or doing whatever you want, so that people can see that you're not uncomfortable with yourself. And that's what I've been doing. At first, it was very hard. I would avoid crowds. I would avoid walking towards people that were like, you know, grouped up. And now it's like I just walk forward. It's all that matters. If someone like could stare at me, I won't see them. Basically, it's like I just walk forward, get on with my day. That's all that matters to me. That's what I did when I was a boy. Basically, just live everything you're doing as comfortable as you were the opposite gender, and it's kind of hard to get used to it, but eventually, I'm sure you will get to that position where you can actually go out in public and do it naturally. And that's how I think a lot of people will base off of who I am. A lot of people will see my personality, how happy and how nice I am, and you know, and how unsure of myself that I am. Like, I am really sure of myself. So when I walk out in public, I'm very, very confident. People can see that, and some people won't question because I'm not like, because people that think that people are transgender that come out and they're in the daytime, they think they're supposed to be looking around and looking all suspicious and stuff, like who's gonna notice and all that stuff. Me, I was just like, I go on with my day, I do everything I need to do like I usually do. So that's how I get my confidence out. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'll look back to see if someone is looking at me, but every time I do that, no one's looking at me. They're always just walking on with their day. So obviously, I haven't reached a level of violence that a lot of trans people have reached, and it's because they get themselves into situations, or because they stay in situations that are harmful, or they're just very, very outed by people. And thank God I haven't went through any situation where I feel like I've gotten in a fight, or I could get into a fight, or I've been into any sort of tension with anybody, unless it was someone that knew me as the boy before, and it was in the beginning of my transition. That was like the only time I ever had tension over my transition. I changed my jobs area to a place where they don't know me as, you know, my boy name, and I get treated so much better every day. Every day I get treated so much better. So sometimes I believe that it is better to change your environment first, or when you're already transitioning than before. Let's say, you know, because sometimes it's just hard to, like, you know, be around someone that knew you as another person, because you're always thinking that you're faking it. But that's not everybody. That's how I was at the beginning of my transition. That's how I'm not anymore. But, you know, I'm talking about coworkers for me. So I'm not around my coworkers all day, but I am around them like during a certain percentage of the day. So that's like my situation. But I do encourage all of you guys to change your environment that you're living in. If it's a negative environment, go into a positive environment. Let's say you find yourself tension even with family. I don't care if it's your mom and dad. Look for a place that is more accepting, because that is going to be chunks of your life taken out because you can't do anything. You don't want to do anything about it. But anyways, guys, it's the point of this video. That's what I wanted to make here. I wanted you guys to help you guys out with confidence and coming out and doing all that stuff and going from not passing to passing mentality-wise. So anyways, if you guys did enjoy the video, give it a like, show some love, and subscribe. Go check out my gaming channel. It'll be linked down in the description. Also, I have a GoFundMe, so if you guys want to go donate to that, it's for my future surgeries. It will also be down in the description. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm Charlotte. You guys are my Charlotteers. Love you guys lots, like Tater Tots. Bye.